Good morning. I'm pleased to be joined this morning by the Honorable Premier David Burt, JP MP, Mr. Charles Brown, the Chairman of the Western Stars Roots Foundation, Mr. DeVar Boyles, representatives of Western Stars Sports Club, and the General Manager of Gorham's, Mr. Andrew McKay, along with the President of the Bermuda Football Association and representatives of the BCB. This journey began in 2019 when Gorham's Limited wrote to the Ministry of Public Works proposing a plan that would enhance their property as well as support their neighbors to the west, Western Stars Sports Club, by the refurbishment of the St. John's Road field. I know that everyone associated with this project would agree that this journey has been longer than any of us anticipated. We wish that everything had gone according to plan and this project would have been concluded by now. Clearly that is not the case, but rather than look back, we remain committed to seeing it to a successful conclusion. In our 2020 election platform, the government promised to support local community and sporting clubs in upgrading their respective facilities. This project is another step to accomplishing that goal. In May 2022, the government tabled in Parliament the agreement for the leasing of a strip of land bordering the St. John's Road field and Gorham's Limited, which would see Gorham's construct a wall between the two properties, regrade, resurface, and build a road to connect the front and back of their facility. Additionally, they would refurbish St. John's Road field to eliminate flooding, level the playing surface, and provide water catchment to be used to maintain the field. Gorham's further agreed to donate $150,000 towards the renovation or rebuilding of the existing clubhouse. During the course of the current works, it was agreed between the parties that those funds would be used to install light poles instead, so that the field could also be used for night games in the future. The aim is to build a relationship between the two neighbors that extends well beyond the initial collaboration and demonstrate to the Bermuda community how the private sector and sporting organizations can successfully work together. There have been regular meetings between the three sides over this period to get to this point. What has become the first phase of this project is nearing completion, and so far Gorham's have spent over $1 million to improve the drainage, raise the level of the field by several feet, and replant the area. However, more work is still needed to be done before the field is ready to be played on. Both Gorham's and Western Stars executive teams have been working diligently to ensure that the playing area meets the regulatory standards for the playing of both football and cricket. Both national governing bodies, the Bermuda Cricket Board and the Bermuda Football Association, have been involved in this aspect. In March 2023, it was decided to secure the services of an expert in field renovation to opine on the state of work so far. With the assistance of the BFA, FIFA consultant Professor Eric Harrison visited Bermuda and carried out an inspection of the field and submitted his report in April 2023. His report recommended that the topsoil be removed and resifted to eliminate rocks in the soil, as well as the removal of invasive species of grass. Bids for the refurbishment works were solicited by the Western Stars executive team from three companies. The two who possessed the large sifting equipment needed for the job were considered. They are D&J Construction and Island Construction, with Island Construction producing the lowest bid of $535,000. The government will support the club via a grant for this work. Additionally, the Ministry of Public Works will waive dumping fees and provide a technical officer to assist Western Stars with managing the project delivery. This figure is below the amount estimated by our own quantity surveyor. This is a sizable investment in a government asset, but we believe that the Western Star's new vision to build a sports club that focuses on sport, health and wellness, and other funding models rather than borrow proceeds to fund their activities is well worth the investment. Let me offer my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Andrew McKay, the Board of Directors and Management of Gorhams Limited, and his team who have demonstrated good corporate stewardship by initiating this project. My thanks also to Mr. Charles Brown, the Chairman of the Western Stars Roots Foundation, President of our Boyles, the executive team, and the entire Western Stars family for their patience and diligence. This partnership truly supports this administration's ideal of a progressive society, both public and private sectors working together for the betterment of the community at large. Let me assure the Western Stars Sports Club family that in spite of the delays, we remain committed to providing a first-class facility that will set the standard for sporting fields into the future. I'll now call upon Mr. Andrew McKay to say a few words, to be followed by President Boyles. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister, and good morning to everyone. This government recognizes the invaluable role that local sporting clubs play in our communities. They are not only integral parts to our culture and meeting points for social gatherings, but they also provide a safe and accessible space for productive activities, especially for our young people. As a local Member of Parliament, I know that the Western Star Sports Club and the St. John's Field are those spaces for the Pembroke community. And so I'm happy to join the Minister of Public Works and the wider Western Stars family as we announce that the government have allocated funds from not only his ministry's budget, but also the Confiscated Assets Fund to ensure that the resurfacing of this important community field will be completed. We acknowledge that these repairs have taken longer than anticipated, and I see some persons looking, and that could be an understatement in some eyes. But I appreciate the diligent efforts of the minister and his team to ensure that a solution was found. It is essential that community clubs are supported in the work that they do, and so that they can continue to provide an avenue for positive activities for our young people. So I join in thanking the vendors and the sponsors who supported this project. Their commitment has been instrumental, and I thank the Minister of Public Works and his team for their hard work and dedication in reaching this space. I also thank the Western Star Sports Club, its members, the foundation, the teams, and the community for their patience. Today, we can celebrate the fact that a solution has been found, know that the work will be done, and know that this field will be the home of the Western Stars Sports Club and, of course, also the Dandytown Hornets very soon. This field represents more than just a place to play sports. It symbolizes our commitment to investment and in building a brighter future for our youth and strengthen communities. And before I spoke, I saw a gentleman who's wearing a vintage Western Stars strip. And he said that, I look forward to the time as this has been taken away from me. The fans are not there. And what I'll say, sir, is it will soon be back. We recognize the commitment. It has not been easy. It is a challenge to make things work sometimes. But the commitment that is being demonstrated by the government and the countless voices recognized here today to make sure that a solution was found has been recognized. And I'm happy that you, sir, will have your field back and this community will have their field back very soon. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. How is everybody today? It's a very exciting day to be standing here for what was started nearly 4 years ago, which was a monumental, massive task. And it was no small task at that. But to make this happen, it couldn't have been without the combined efforts of everybody. And I do sincerely mean that. Everybody, from the Bermuda government to, in particular, Minister Colonel Birch, who was there wholeheartedly from start to finish, the unwavering support and commitment from the Western Stars Executive Committee, and from the community in general for their patience. This was a task that we thought would take place in a shorter time period, but it unfortunately did not. But to put it in perspective, we literally moved mountains of material to make this happen. And I'm just going to share with you a couple of stats. 1,500 container truckloads of material actually came to this site to raise the field, which was in some areas over 4 feet. And to make it more of a community project, it took nearly 15 years of recycling glass material, which we also brought here to help bring this field up to the level that it is. So this is a project that involves not only Gorham's, the Bermuda government, the Western Stars, but the entire island. And it's something I think I personally am thankful for. And I believe it's something that is an example of what, when the groups come together, we could accomplish it at perhaps other sports facilities around the island. And it really is an incredible day. Moving forward, we now focus on the infrastructure. I'd like to share with everybody today that Gorham's is not sort of saying we're done, finished. We're committing another $200,000 to the community, to the Western Stars, to help them redo their infrastructure, help keep the field working, bring the clubhouse together, put more things in place so that we're just not stopped here. I view this as like a house. We build a house and we think we're done. But we've always got to fix the little crack, repaint it, twist the window, trim a door. And this is what the $200,000 is going to be given towards. Help us continue improving Western Stars facility in general. And I think just to conclude, I can't be happier and prouder of everybody and their support and their patience to just being in there and hanging in there and seeing this through. It hasn't been an easy task, but we couldn't have done it together. We couldn't have done it without everybody together, and that's what I think this is all about. At the end of the day, this is a community thing, and I want everybody to be proud of what we've accomplished and what we still have to accomplish. So congratulations to everybody. Thank you, the government, and in particular Western Stars for their patience. And I can't wait for the first soccer ball or cricket ball to be thrown. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Greetings, everyone. The protocol already been established. I'm the closer. All fitting. Western Stars Sports Club is very grateful for this day. It has taken us a long while to get here. We are thankful for you coming here nonetheless. Thanking you all for attending. I made a personal plea for 100. Did we have 100? No, so you let me down. About 50. Literally, I was counting. About 50. Not including the press, so maybe closer to 75. Again, as one of the leaders here at the club, we want to make sure that we are always moving towards our goal and making this dream, this vision a reality. The West Pembroke community, the club, its players, the fans, and the supporters have been very hungry for this return. We've been waiting. How long? How long? How long? Okay. It has been very challenging to manage the club, the programs, under the circumstances, but we've been like a family under stress. Thankfully, we have a solid base of support, and some of that support is here today, right in front of me. So again, I'm thanking the support in front, as well as the support behind us, or behind me. To manage and to navigate this uncharted space, it's been very difficult, but we're not home yet. But we are grateful for the news today and look forward to the start of the work as soon as we can get back down here in 2025. To do what? To do what? To do what? No guts? Okay, I'm not finished. It has been a journey that we are grateful for the support that we have along the way. The Minister of Public Works has maintained he wants what's best for the club and the community. We are here today to demonstrate. He is here today to demonstrate his commitment, and we are very thankful for Minister Colonel Birch. We are truly grateful for you. GORMs have had the same objective, and it's good that you are still here today to support and pledging continued support beyond the 200K. We are looking forward again, Andrew, for you and the leadership and the GORMS board to continue to support us. I know it hasn't been easy. We're very noisy neighbors. And of course, the Honorable Premier, you gave us assurances back in 2019 at our first community meeting and announced the plans that you will do all you could to ensure that this project is completed and for the benefit of the West Pembroke community in Bermuda. Thank you, Mr. Premier. Number 7, got 10. We are thankful for the steadfast support of the Western Stars family, fans, and supporters. We truly appreciate you. We may now look for the long route to get back to here, but we now are on course to hopefully sooner than later to start on 2025. So what's today's date? So what season is it now? So it might be starting with cricket. The club has grown beyond recognition, and we are moving to a different direction. Where we were prior to COVID and prior to the field closing was a members club that had a bar. Where we're moving, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your viewpoint, is to a position of wellness. What does wellness mean? Wellness means health, sports performance, all the things that you do to keep yourself at optimal. That's what we're trying to do. So it's going to be a lot of different spaces here. I want to put out a special plug for the Angels. The Angels last night won. Which one? The league. It's been about 4 or 5 years in a row. If you look at the cross section of people in this crowd today, it's more women than men. And a lot of men come up in front and speak, but really, without the benefit, and I don't want to call her name, but you know her name, without the benefit of that person, Shawnette, the club would have fallen by now. So I want to give a special congratulations to Shawnette. And over to your left, my right, right in that alcove, there's going to be a players' pavilion. After this official meeting, we'll have a town hall meeting to discuss those plans and what wellness really looks like. And obviously, it's just a plan, but with the members and the community's input, we'll shape it a little bit better. But the intention is to have a two-story building with 4 changing rooms. The intention is to have softball games here underneath the lights. The intention is to have pickleball on the cricket square. The intention is to do everything sports. So hopefully the community holds Western Stars' hand in the next steps in making this a reality. And in closing, the last bit, President Place is behind me, and President Place was integral in signing the agreement to bring us to this particular spot. When President Place handed over the baton to me, we talked about the challenges of running a sports club and trying to manage this infrastructure. It was no way that President Place could have done it, and there's no way that I could have done it with my normal management executive committee. So we formed a group called the Roots Foundation. If you can stand behind me, the Roots Foundation members, so people can see you. Can you stand? Are they standing? I'm not looking. Are they standing? Yeah. Okay. So the Roots Foundation is the group that was responsible for managing the move from this space to the remote locations, Berkeley, Northlands, and West Pembroke, managing the work that's occurred here on the field, and finally, they want to knock off managing the return so they can go on with the rest of their retirement. And so we have to leave by saying what? No gods? No gods? No gods? No gods? Special people do? Special things. Showtime.
Do we have a start date and an end date?
Above my pay grade.
In the next few weeks, the start date. The end date is to be ready for next season.
Well, it's 2 seasons, so which
Right.
season?
Next year,
Okay, so it's
around
2
this
seasons.
time.
Around this time.
Yeah.
And how long approximately is the work to take place in first taking off and putting back down?
Now you ask some details that I have no idea what.
They want a contract. Who checked over the contract to see?
I could call on.
You could call them.
How long?
The question is, give us an idea of what timeline it would take for you to take up, what surface needs to be taken up, resift it, and put back down.
That's an interesting question. Well, talk to my brother who's going to be the front man on this. Alan, as you know, handles all the operations outside. He has indicated that within the next 2 weeks, we'll get started. Once we get started, I would think that it'll take a few months to get it all done, depending on the weather. I mean, last year we had record rainfall. This year we have record no rainfall. So the weather's going to play a big part as to the progress and how quickly things happen. But I can assure you, I know that the Colonel have been pressing my brother. Look, once we get to this stage, here we are, he will be pressing, Alan, more than I'm pressing. So I'll be aware that the club has been waiting a long time, so every effort's going to be put into getting to that completion date as quickly as we can.
Any more questions? That was it for me.
Any other questions from the media? Thank you to our speakers. That concludes our press conference.
Well, no problem. Just to close, I want to thank certainly the team that is here, the team from Island Construction who is going to be doing the work. It's a commitment from Gorham's. I hope everyone heard that commitment from Gorham's to make sure the rebuilding of the clubhouse, the pavilion of which President Boyles has mentioned, and certainly I have to close by thanking the Minister of Public Works. From the very beginning, Colonel has been here and has worked through all the challenges, whether it is the stress that we had to put up with neighbors and all the rest at the West Pembroke field and the Northern field and the other fields and everything else. He's worked to support this community. I know it has not been easy, but we are going to get there. This is what community looks like. And Colonel, I know that you will soon be stepping away from politics, but I want to say thank you for your continued work. We really appreciate it.